What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Unreal NT Gaming and Geekdom 101 for a Dragon Ball Super discussion. And today, as the title of the video says, we're just going to talk about Frieza. So, gentlemen, let's talk about Frieza. So, the cool thing about the Dragon Ball Super arc or version of Resurrection F so far is it's starting to take a turn for the best, I should say. We've seen RF already back in April. We've seen the DVDs. It's already out. I mean, at this point, unless you're Thundershot, you'll watch Resurrection F because he still hasn't seen the movie for whatever reason. I don't know why.
What?
I know it's crazy, but it's actually kind of cool.
It's been months.
I know. I told him not to watch it yet because now you can get the completely fresh experience watching this, and then you should watch RF afterwards. So it might be really interesting to hear his point of view once he sees Super and then the actual movie. But the cool thing about RF right now is it's going to a different direction with Tagoma being introduced in, as a warrior. He's alive. He trained with Frieza in a way. He got tortured for 4 months. And we even saw, spoiler alert, from this point on, we're going to talk about what we saw in the episode thus far. So if you're past this point, be prepared for spoilers. But we saw Goten and Trunks are in it. Gotenks is going to make an appearance next episode. He's going to fight Tagoma.
Very excited.
We saw Majin Buu sleeping, so there's a possibility of even seeing him.
Wake his ass up, man.
I want him to face off with Frieza, because it'd be kind of cool for him to show up, and then Frieza beats him to near death.
But remember, King Cole told him never to lay his
Exactly.
hand on two people.
And can you imagine how awesome and how, full of himself he would be? If he's like, Father told me not to fight Majin Buu, and I beat him easily. I would love for that to happen, so I'm hoping that happens.
That's one of the things I've wanted to see out of the movie that I thought was a missed opportunity. We've never seen, two main villains fight each other. I don't think we've ever seen that before in the series.
Well,
it's almost
yeah,
like
we
one
did
of those.
We did once.
Which
Briefly. Not really in the manga, but when Majin Buu was fighting Kid Buu in the anime.
Well,
That's
do you really consider Majin Buu to be an anti-hero at that point?
Well, he was just protecting Mr. Satan, but that's
Yeah.
a good point. I mean, that is a good point. But they're both Boos. I mean, we never
Absolutely, yep.
saw Cell versus Boo, or even Dr. Slug, or sorry, Lord Slug versus Bojack. We never saw that. But the idea of Frieza versus Boo, it salivates me, and I'll tell you why.
No, absolutely.
Because the idea of Frieza fighting Boo and throwing that disc at him, and it cuts right through him, and then Boo just puts himself back together, and Frieza looks at him like, huh? There's so many great character moments, you know what I mean? They could do there.
So epic.
Yeah, he shoots it at him, and then, it just goes right through, and then Boo, laughs at him, and then they could even do a thing where he turns Frieza into candy, but because Frieza's like Vegeta, he would just murk his ass anyways as candy. There's so much potential here.
Not only that, but the ego, the ego behind Frieza and him being the galactic overlord and whatnot. He's looking at Majin Buu. He's like, you were supposed to be one of the most feared entities in the entire universe, and I have surpassed you. And I'm going to prove that. And Boo's like, Boo don't know you. Boo turned you into chocolate, and that would have been such a precious moment. But obviously, I think we all know that
you're
Boo would
quoting
get wrecked.
Dub Boo.
Very bad.
You're quoting
bad.
Dub Boo. I'm sorry. I hate Dub Boo. Because for those who don't know, okay, Dub Boo talks like candy, and that's not how Majin Buu is supposed to talk. Majin Buu's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but he's not like a 2-year-old brained, I'm trying to use my words here, he's not like a special needs guy, okay? He uses full sentences, and every time I hear that Dub Boo, it makes me very angry because it's so wrong. But we're off topic. I was just saying that I really want to see that fight because you're right, Alex. That fight, just the idea, just the visual of them fighting would be just incredible, I think.
Absolutely.
It's funny. I made a video a while back talking about if they should rush the Resurrection F saga, and when I made this video, it was because at that point, I think we were on episode 19 or 18-ish. And everything was pretty much the same as how it was in the movie. And I was like, yeah, they should rush it just because they don't seem to be changing anything. And I want to get to the Champa Beer stuff. But now that we're on episode 22, which airs this weekend, I want them to kind of extend it and add so much extra stuff.
Oh, and they definitely are. Going back, all right, people need to understand that what they did in Dragon Ball Super, in terms of the Battle of Gods arc, actually worked in our favor, because how many people complained in Battle of Gods, we didn't get that much action, we never saw the entirety of the showcase of Super Saiyan God, and we saw that in the show, and what was cool about that was we saw the depth and magnitude of Goku's power, because, dude, 3 hits. All it took was 3 hits, and they shook the entirety of the universe. We never saw that in Battle of Gods, and that's the one moment where we actually looked at Dragon Ball Super like, wow, they capitalized on Battle of Gods correctly. So I feel like with Golden Frieza, they're definitely going to extend the fights, and I hope, in my humble opinion, that they extend the fight with Vegeta, because like that very moment when we all saw Vegeta become a god, it was like, whoa, nobody thought it would happen, but the fight sequence was so short because all we saw was Vegeta just beat down a wore down Frieza. Now, what if, like, Frieza never got worn out completely, but he finally had an opportunity to have more offense?
Dude, that was my favorite line in the movie. When Vegeta said, I'm going to have to turn you down, but now I'm going to pulverize you, or whatever the actual line was. Oh my god. The satisfaction of hearing Chris Sabat. When he said that, the inner DBZ fan side
for me personally, like the moment that highlighted for me was when Vegeta had his hand over Frieza's head and he was like, then don't ever resurrect again. That right there was like, holy shit, this is it. And then of course they changed the entirety of the plot on us, but I digress.
Well, I mean, to me, I was just gonna say, to me that your one thing I want to see out of that is not a more competitive fight. I want to see Vegeta actually torturing Frieza like Frieza did to him on Namek. Not as long. Yeah, not as long, but I would love to see something where Vegeta, because, you know, we all know that Vegeta has a much more ruthless fighting style than Goku. Vegeta could grab him by the throat and, like, choke slam him through a mountain or something that's really, like, brutal. And we could even, you could even have Vegeta, like, break one of his arms, like, just snap it. Like, really get violent with it. Even if Goku gets the kill at the end, even though I still hope that Vegeta gets the kill, he probably isn't going to. Even if Goku comes in and steals the kill, I think just seeing Vegeta torturing Frieza and just having Frieza like punch Vegeta in the face and not have Vegeta not sell shit, I think would be just so much better.
And I'm probably
looking forward to that fight the most, the Vegeta versus Frieza fight, just because I'm hoping they do extend it. But let's take it back like 5 episodes. The big one that we're all waiting for right now is actually Goten and Trunks, and I briefly talked about this the other day. Can you guys imagine what will actually happen if Gotenks defuses? Because they're going to have to defuse at some point. And the first thing that Frieza will say to them when he sees them.
Oh, man.
That is going to be the most epic moment ever because the last person he saw before he died was Trunks. And when he looks at Trunks, he's going to be like, you look like that kid that cut me down with that sword. And instantly, it's like the hatred, because obviously Goku beat him and he damaged his pride, but the sheer fact that Trunks sent him to that place that he hated the most. So the moment he glances upon Trunks, it's like it'll be like, I want to kill you right then and there without any hesitation.
Well, let me point something out. If you guys know, I'm sure you guys noticed this. But have you noticed the amount of flashbacks that Frieza had from being on Earth for a couple seconds? He sees Krillin, he remembers them. He sees Gohan and has a flashback to Kid Gohan and remembers them. I feel like they're setting it up. When he sees Goten, he's going to see Goku. When he sees Trunks, he's going to see the last person that killed him. And from there, it's going to get real savage. And I feel like from that point on, I'm calling now. From that point on, that's when it's going to get so serious that they're going to really need to have Goku and Vegeta hightailed over to Earth and stop this crazy evil emperor from murdering everybody. I feel like once we get to that point, that's what it's going to get extremely real, and I'm looking forward to that the most.
Oh, absolutely. But like, can you imagine this for a second, right? Let's say, for example, they actually did the sequence with Goten and Trunks, but in essence, the person that made the save, or at least attempted to make the save, was Majin Buu. But Majin Buu gets beat down so bad that they just ran out of people to, pretty much help save the day. So Bulma's like, shit, Gohan's down, Piccolo's down, Buu's down. We need these guys to come back right now, and that's when they summon Goku and Vegeta. They come back, and that would have been more, I think, rewarding in essence, because we finally get to see what Majin Buu can do against Frieza. Even though Frieza's not in his golden form, seeing him perform on a first level basis or in his final form, needless to say, would have been great as well. But again, I think that, of course, just like they did with Battle of Gods, they're going to change it. They're going to change the aspect of the episode in some way, which I think is going to be very rewarding, and I think you guys are going to like it, the entire community is going to like it. But then again, there are fans out there that are going to be like, oh, the movie was much better. There are people out there that are going to hate, essentially, but I think that they're definitely going to change things around. Just the simple stuff with Tagoma, it just says a lot right there. So, but what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that Majin Buu should have been the guy to, like, come in and, like, just step in? Like, you're not going to touch these boys. If you want to fight them, you have to go through me first.
Well, it's not really in his character to do that. Like, he's never been that kind of a gallant hero. But I could totally see Frieza looking at him and then saying, okay, I want to test myself against this guy who is, Yep. But then again, later on, when he sees Beerus, his freak out might not be
that's gonna be epic,
impactful. Dude. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though, about the Trunks scenario I wanted to ask or to bring up. That's the one thing I wanted to see from before I even saw the movie. When they announced Frieza as being the lead villain, the first thought in my head was, what's he going to do when he sees Trunks? And I had always thought that he was going to either figure out that, that the kid that cut him in half. Maybe he was gonna think that Trunks is actually future Trunks' son. Oh, they have the same haircut. That must be his kid, because he doesn't know that's Vegeta's son. He has no idea. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he thinks that he wished himself into a kid or something like that. I don't really know. But the point is that I think it would be fantastic if he sees Trunks, and to be honest, if he injures Trunks, I don't think we're going to see it, though. I think they're going to do something where Frieza's going to come right close to doing something, and then Goku and Vegeta show up. But I don't think we're going to see Frieza killing kids, because Dragon Ball Super is a lot softer than Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were. It's a different era in Japan, so we really don't see that kind of violence. I think it would be great. I would love it, dude, if he just... I hate to say this, but fuck it. It's an animated series. I would love it if Frieza just went in there and just, like, seriously injured Trunks. And that's
you just want to see Trunks die. You just want to see... You monster.
I do.
It sounds cruel, but I would love to see that too.
No,
because
it would be epic.
You would get that. You would get that reaction. You would get that epic moment, like the pure revenge that we've all kind of wanted to see when Resurrection F came out.
Yeah, and if they really want to put over Frieza's power, they should fuse to make Gotenks, have him shoot a Super Ghost Kamikaze attack or something, and then have Frieza just flick it, and it blows up in his hand. He's like, it doesn't hurt me. They really want to get him over.
That would actually be a very brilliant move. But are you talking about in the regular base form, Super Saiyan form, or Super Saiyan 3?
It doesn't matter. You could go 3. Yeah, I mean, you would think he would go 3 to go all out against Frieza. So he goes 3, spits a Super Ghost Kamikaze attack at Frieza, and Frieza just flicks it away. Oh, okay. Like nothing. And then he shoots one beam at Gotenks so strong that it splits him, and then he sees Trunks, and then he reacts to it. That
oh my god, I hope that happens.
That would be
Please
awesome.
let that happen.
But let's talk about Golden Frieza's, like, power gap here. Like, do you guys think that Golden Frieza is going to be much more ferocious as a character in Super than how he was in the movie?
Definitely.
I hope so.
Definitely. I mean, we already saw how much he was more savage, and I was debating this on Twitter the other day. The Frieza that we saw in Planet Namek and the Frieza that we saw in Resurrection F were two different Friezas.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're both evil, but I feel like in Resurrection F he was kind of soft. I mean, granted, he did come out of his capsule and he killed his own men, but for Frieza, that's still soft. And what he did to Goma, and I remember I was debating this exact topic on Twitter, what he did to Goma was a lot more savage than just killing him. Because think about it, he tortured this man for 4 months straight, every single day, near death. Can you imagine being in that situation? I would rather die. And I'm glad that they made Frieza a lot more savage so far. So like I feel like when he goes into his golden form, we'll probably see a lot more bigger epic beatdowns, whether he beats down Goku or he beats down the Z Warriors or anybody else in the fight. But I feel like Golden Frieza will be just as savage as ever, and probably be as savage as he was on Planet Namek originally. Because remember, the original Frieza killed kids. He killed kids and laughed about it.
Exactly.
The Frieza we saw in Resurrection F probably wouldn't kill kids. I mean,
and that's not Frieza. No. That's more so just the fact that Japan has kind of softened up when it comes to that level of violence. I know people hate that, but there you go.
Damn you, Japan!
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think we all can agree here that seeing Frieza in a different light, having him be more ruthless, is a good thing. I think that he's still going to be egotistical because I think that's what makes Frieza as well. Because even on his fight on Namek, he was never really like a full-on savage. Like he when he beat Goku down, remember that part where he looked at Goku, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna whoop your ass, but I'm not gonna use my hands. He just kicked the shit out of Goku.
Well, that was him being cocky. I don't mean to interrupt you, because there is a line in the Japanese version where he says, "How should I kill you? Rip off your ears or slit your throat?" Which is very violent stuff that was cut out of the dub. So I mean, that's more the dub.
No, that was still in the dub. That was still in the dub.
He said he was gonna cut his throat.
No, I believe he mentioned something about his limbs.
I think they probably changed it in the editor version, but that was definitely in the dub.
In the home video. Okay, well, that's good to know, because that was a very, very ruthless thing to say. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he ain't going to say that in Super, sadly, so...
I wish.
Let me see if I can find the actual quote while we're at this video.
But I definitely feel like, again, guys, the extension of the fights is a good thing, because some people even said, like, I completely agree with where some people are standing on, oh, well, Battle of Gods, you know, they told it right or whatever, as opposed to the show. But I think that the show is giving the fans exactly what they ask for, especially if they're changing up things now with Tagoma, adding Gotenks, because a lot of people were like, again, going back to what you said, Danny, they were wondering, what if Frieza comes across Goten and Trunks? And now, we will finally have that clarity once that happens.
I got the quote.
I like how Tagoma got a push, too. Go ahead.
My dear friend, how can I make this even more painful for you? I could crush your hands, rip out both your ears, and maybe I'll just smash your tiny little cranium. That's what he said. So it was a little different than it was.
Little different, but still violent.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know,
I guess
I
cutting
feel like
throat is too much.
I feel like there's a lot to talk about here, so I want to hear from the wonderful audience, the cool people of the DBZ community. How you guys feel about number one, Frieza, obviously, because we are talking about him. Gotenks up here, and also split into Goten and Trunks, and what will possibly happen from there. Of course, Majin Buu and the possibility of seeing him fight against Frieza. What do you guys think about all this? And also don't forget to talk about the possibility of we can see from Vegeta when he faces off with Frieza. In the end, how different it's going to be from Resurrection F. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on all that good stuff. But gentlemen, is there anything else you want to cover before we end this?
I just hope that, I'm just saying, I hope that it's better, and that's it. I don't know. I think it will be. I'm actually enjoying.
It so far.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it more in the movie. I really
Definitely.
am.
My thing is, for the Dragon Ball Super haters out there, there is no anime out there that's perfect to the T. Dragon Ball Super is not just about fights, and more fights. It's about character development and story, and what we've been getting right now is essential and very important to Goma, Frieza, and the entirety of, I mean, eventually I think they're going to explain Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue. They're going to explain what happened with Gohan's powers, because he was heavily nerfed, but just continue to give Dragon Ball Super a chance, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Especially after this arc is over, that's when all the good stuff is going to happen, and I think we're all waiting for that to go down.
And even now, it's the good stuff. I'm loving Super every single week. I love it. It's part of my Sunday.
Give us a simulcast.
Yeah, please give us a simulcast.
That's what we need.
Toei needs to get off their ass, bro. It's ridiculous. But
Anyways,
at least they
folks,
changed the home video animation. At least we got that.
Episode 5 has been cleaned up on the DVD release. I'm probably going to do a video about that sometime this week once I get the actual episode myself, and I'm going to kind of compare and contrast. But for now, I guess, let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed in the comment section below. Check out both everybody in the description below and the channels and stuff. And I guess we'll see you guys in the comments.
Peace.
Bye.